Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be making a card which has been around for a long time. It's called a Dutch fold card and I've given it a little twist. So it's a 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 card, which means it's going to fit into your 6 by 6 envelope easily. And when it stands up, these two bottom pieces sort of keep that top image protruding out, and then as you open it, you've got space inside. And my little twist on it is that this front panel is actually a pocket, so you can put some extra sentiments and things inside there. So let's see how to make my version of the Dutch fold. So I worked out the measurements for mine so that I could get it all out of one sheet of A4. So I don't need my scoreboard yet, I need my trimmer first. So this was my little template thing. And as you can see, I went through quite a few different measurements to get it right, because too long and it sticks out like that, too short and there's just no point to the Dutch fold part of it. So the first piece is going to be cut at 5 3/4 by 9 1/2. So I've got my card stock with the short end along the top. I'm going to do 5 3/4. So check, it was 9 1/2, yeah, by 9 1/2. Now my A4 cardstock is 8 1/4 inches wide, which leaves me with this piece, which is 2 1/2. So I've used this. So this piece now is 2 1/2 tall by 11 1/2. So there's my 11 1/2. So it's just a tiny bit off it, just to make the measurements work. So that's our two pieces cut. Now I do need my scoreboard. And we're going to put our card base in first, that larger piece, with a long piece on the top. And we said it was a 5 3/4 inch a square card, which means I'm going to score at 5 3/4. You know me, always trying to make it easy with the measurements until this bit. Because we got our 3/4, the halfway mark is a bit trickier. So we need to score the next piece at 2 7/8. So there's 2 and you can't across 7, or 8/8 would be the full inch. So just go back 1. So 3 inches, go back 1. So even my 7/8 is easy to work out. And turn around and repeat 2 7/8. So we've got 2 score lines each side. And that's all the scoring done as well. So let's just fold these two flaps in and give it a nice burnish. And again on the other side. And they should meet in the center. And then our card base is going to be folded and scored. Because that was my the reverse of my cut edge, I'm just going to iron out the edges. So if you see that your card has sort of curved up from the cut, you can just smooth it out with your Teflon tool. There we go. So that's our two elements for our Dutch fold. On the inside, I've done a piece which sort of fits on there. So this is my pocket, and then I've put a layer there. I use my software, my program. I use Microsoft Publisher for mine, so nothing smart or fancy, to measure mine to fit my panels. But if you're not tech savvy, what you can do is just print out full sheets of paper, and what you could do is just cut a piece to fit down below, and then when you put this, it sort of tucks in behind. So if you wanted to do that, you need to decorate this piece first. But I'm not, so I can assemble my card straight away. So I'm just going to take some tape, because this will hold this piece down whilst I do the rest of it, whilst the glue dries. So I've flipped it over, so I'm working on the back. And this is the bottom, so I'm just going to put a piece of tape along the bottom. And I'm going to expose it. Now you could put it up the sides as well, but I find then it gives you a lot less chance to maneuver it if it's not quite in the right place. So let me just fold these back. And what I'm going to do now is put glue down the sides, across the bottom, and up the side. Now carefully, because there's glue on the sides, I'm going to place that at the bottom of my card. Ooh, everything's sliding. There we go. Straighten it out. So because I've got the glue, I can move it a little bit. So that's why I didn't put tape everywhere, because it would just start to grab. And just put the lid on. So by doing that U shape, it's glued here and here, and across the bottom, so nothing's going to fall out. But all this piece here underneath is just cardstock, which means we can tuck the things in and they won't fall out. But I'm not going to put it in now because it needs to dry. If I stuck my tags in now, it's going to touch that glue on the bottom possibly and be glued in place. So don't be doing that. So my original card used the Masculine Piece of Cake mini kit, and I remember it's got the word Fore in it. But if you look at Piece of Cake mini kit, it'll come up in the Nitwit Collections. It'll come to me now. For some reason it's just jumped out of my head. So for this one, I thought I'd go feminine, and I've gone for Sunset Dreams. I do like this kit, especially with the summer coming up, because the colours are stunning. So I've measured each part that I'm going to cover. So this front flap, I've measured it. Forgotten to bring my ruler, so let's use my scoreboard. So it was 5 3/4, so I'm going to go 1/4 of an inch less. So I'm going to go down to 5 1/2, and the flap comes down to 3 3/4. So I'm going to go back to 3 1/2. So 5 1/2 by 3 1/2. So this is the one I did, and this balloon here and the centre was actually one of the backing papers, and then I just added 3 extra balloons. So I'm just going to glue this onto the front. And all these elements actually came from one piece of A4 paper that I printed. So though it looks like it takes a lot, a piece of A4 will do everything you need here. Okay, So the next panels are these ones to go here. So these were 2.5 tall. So these are 2 inches. And then this is the awkward one because it was 2 7/8. So I've gone back to 7, 6, 2 5/8. But if truth be told, I think I just went to 2 3/4. Because 2 7/8 is near enough 3 inches, isn't it? So all that happened then is you just have a little smaller gap in the middle, which for me is fine. So just go for 2 3/4. And here we go. Oh, I'm going to turn this one off because I did do a copy and paste, which means they're identical. So it meant that each of the 2 pieces would have been exactly the same if I'd done that. There we go. Now they're different. If you have a look at my panels, it's actually got a blue border from the Solids collection. And I digitally layer them on. Alternatively, you could just have a sheet of the blue and a sheet of the floral and just mat and layer in the traditional way. So let's open it up. So here now we have our 2.5, so it's 2 1/4 tall, this piece, by 5 3/4, which means 5.5 wide. So say, yeah, 2 1/4 tall by 5.5. And place that in the middle. And I've got exactly the same method on the front here, but I've gone for the white this time, just to match the back of that one. So I'm going to place them here. So you can see it's exactly the same, so I did a copy and paste. Usually what I do is I flip it. I forgot with these ones. I think with the florals, it doesn't matter as much. I'll show you on this one. You can see I just created the same panel, but I flipped golf buggy so they're both facing inwards. And here as well, I flipped one so if it's facing inwards as well. And then it's up to you if you want to cover that piece. You could use that for your sentiment, but I've got the piece here to cover it. So this piece is, again, 5.5 by 3 inches tall. So mine doesn't tuck under, mainly because I couldn't have fitted onto the A4 sheet. I would have had to use a second piece. But if you did want it tucking under, just remember to stick this element down before sticking the pocket on. And there we go. I managed to get this little tag shape as well, fitted into one of the corner of my A4 sheets. So now I can lift it up and I can put my tag in. So there is your pocketed Dutch fold card. So it stands up, you can't see it like so, but it looks like that when you stand it up. But I'll take some photos. You've probably seen the photo at the start and there'll be some photos at the end of the video as well for you to see what it looks like when it's stood up. So I see a great card. Definitely works for your masculine one. So I can see some Father's Day cards being made like this because, you know, that's coming up soon. But also works for feminine cards as well. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my take on it. As I said, it's not a new card, but I have just given it my own little twist. If you did like it, please give the video a thumbs up. It really does help me a lot. Comments also help. So please write in the comments below what you thought of my version, if you like it, or tell me if you're going to make your own version. And if you do make your own version, I'd love to see it. And the best way to do that is to join my Facebook group, Paper Crafting with Paul. So just type Paper Crafting with Paul into Facebook or click the link below and pop a photo on. But also then you get to see what others have made and other people's versions of these, because truth be told, I just show you the bases. You can go to town now. You can add extra decoupage, more elements, up to you. So I'd like to see how you tackle these. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.